Hello, everyone. As the man said, my name is Claudia Gibson. I am from Wimberley, Texas for the past 15 years or so. I'm going to start out with a song called Unbound. Swirl around and drink it out. Sunrise shining on my skin. I pull out on the interstate, signaling my change of fate. Unbound and ready to begin. 1,600 miles to go. It's just a couple days or so. There's time to contemplate my sins. I'm headed back from where I came, where everybody knows my name. Unbound, I'm starting out again. Hope to stick around. Unbound, I can't live my life on the ground, 'cause we just held each other down. I'm passing kids who smile and wave. There's billboards, license plates, reminders of the state I'm in. At a truck stop in Ohio, a stray dog's running down the road. Unbound, he's looking for a friend. Smashed out and the shades pulled down. Unbound, maybe now your own life will turn round, 'cause baby we just held each other down. Coffee in a paper cup, I swirl around and drink it up tonight. You see my journey's end. I pull out from this interstate, a different kind of road awaits. Unbound, I'm starting out again. Yeah, I'm unbound, ready to begin. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that was a song about traveling, about, kind of picking up when things aren't working out and going somewhere else, and which might be, something that people think about from time to time. Not much. I've been living in Wimberley a long time, longer than I've lived anywhere. And I grew up moving every couple years. So maybe that's why I tend to write songs about traveling. This song was written while I was driving back from New Orleans, and I kind of made an unscheduled stop. And it was pretty dramatic. It was at a historic plantation where there were these like 250-year-old slave cabins, and it was sort of quasi-educational, I guess. But part of me wanted to really see it. I didn't go for the house tour. I wanted to see what it was really like for these people to live there. And it was sad and strange. But in the middle of it all, this giant storm came up, and it just started pouring. And I went home and wrote this song. It's called Louisiana Sky, and it's the title song from an EP I put out a couple years ago. 60 miles from nowhere, city lights left behind, just me and the highway in a Louisiana sky. I heard the past come a-calling like a voice from up high, saying we all once lived here under Louisiana skies. Crossed a bridge over the bayou, sugar cane grows tall and wide, plantation cabins down an old gravel road. There's ghosts in the live oaks telling tales from old souls. Blue beads in their pockets to keep off the evil eye. Couldn't lift them to freedom under Louisiana sky. And on their papers, first names only: Moses, Martha, and a child. Life stories left here in cypress and stone, once flesh and blood, now dust and bone. Clouds darkened and swirled down, lightning crackled and cried. Tears of history were streaming from the Louisiana sky. Cabins empty and dusty, voices still by the time. I said my prayer to the nameless in the Louisiana sky. Said you won't be forgotten under Louisiana skies. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, this is another song that is about traveling. And it came about because I was given a prompt, which is sometimes how songwriters get going. Owen Temple had a little, and Gordy Quist, they had a little thing called Song Farmer. It's still up there, I think, songfarmer.com. And you could press a button, and you'd be assigned a song about a place. And you could choose a city or a state. And I chose a city. And so what I got was was you have been given Cleveland, Ohio on a Thursday morning at 10 a.m. facing east. It's like, okay, that's oddly specific. I had never been to Cleveland. I've been around it. So I Googled and I found out that there's actually a really nice park you can walk to on the, the Great Lake, whichever one it is. I've never been there, so I'm originally from New York State. But Lake Erie, okay, thank you. The Ohioans are like, she doesn't know that. It's a lake and it's big. But anyway, I just used it as kind of a starting off point for a first story. This is Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio, it's 10 a.m. Thursday. Checked out of my motel and I went for a walk. The lakefront is quiet except for men fishing. They stand on the dockside, cast their lines out and talk. How am I living without you? How can I be in this world on my own? Did you really think I would doubt you? Did you really leave? Did you really leave me alone? Youngstown, Ohio, the state line by lunchtime. Where's the coffee at the Quick Mart? And found the talk radio. The callers are angry. They say they're forgotten. Though my reasons are different, it's a feeling I know. It without you. How can I be in this world on my own? Did you really think I would doubt you? Did you really leave? Did you really leave me alone? Route 8 to PA seems to stretch on for days. I count off the small towns and miles. Water Gap into Jersey and the suburban haze. But the New York City sky, that's a sight for sore eyes. Hoboken, New Jersey, it's 6 p.m. Thursday. Park the car by the ferry and aboarded that boat. Halfway across the Hudson, pulled a box from my backpack. I shook out your ashes, watched you blow off and flow. Without you, why am I here in this world on my own? No choice but to go on without you. How could you leave? Thank you. Well, now that we got the the sad song out of the way, I'll play something a little more. You know, my songs are never, this is more uptune, but I guess the lyrics are a little bit of a bummer, but what can I say? Those are the kind of songs I like to listen to, and they're the kind I've always written. Because, I don't know, I think, when I hear a song and something resonates in me, and, I kind of go, ooh, that to me is successful. When I listen to someone's song, those are the kind of songs I love to listen to. I mean, that's why I'm excited about opening up for Walt and Terry, because their songs always make me go, whoa. And so that's always the aim, And if they're sad, we're all grown-ups, right? We can handle it. Anyway, this song is called Trouble. I went to church on Sunday to put my sins behind me. When I woke up on Monday, the devil still did find me. I seen trouble all my days. Seen trouble all my days. Tuesday brought me true love. He swore there was no other. We married on a Wednesday, but he was a faithless lover. I've seen trouble all my days. Seen trouble all my days. I've seen trouble all my days. Seeing trouble all my days. Thursday night I hit the town. The whiskey was flowing. But Friday I was busted flat. No one seemed to know me. To pay, a hole too dark to mention. Sunday I was on my knees, I was begging for redemption. I've seen trouble all my days. Trouble all my days. I've seen trouble all my days. Seeing trouble all my days. Thank you. Well, this is a song that's actually a true story. It's in the same tuning, and I usually avoid that, but the same key, But anyway, let me tell you a little bit about this story while I tune up. This is about a woman whose name was Laura Bullion, and she was a female outlaw, one of the very few in the Old West. She rode with Wild Bunch, and she had some outlaw boyfriends. The guy that she was most fatally involved with was, not for her, but, oops, there we go, was a guy named Ben Kilpatrick who had the nickname the Tall Texan because he was tall. He was like this tall, good-looking guy. He didn't have a lot of brains, but he was good at robbing trains and banks. Just not so good about, like, functioning afterwards. But anyway, Laura, when she stopped her outlaw stuff in the early 1900s, she lived till 1961, and she lived a very quiet life in Memphis as a seamstress. So when I heard her story and read it, it was a long time ago, about 10 years ago, and I thought, this would make a great song, but I didn't really get a handle on it until a couple months ago. And I was thinking about her, looking back on her life and maybe telling someone that they wouldn't believe this tale, but it's true, and it's called Laura's Song. Daughter of an outlaw, and I led an outlaw life. From Abilene to Cody, across the Great Divide. And true love was my treasure, though I never was a wife. But I will tell my story now to you. Mama barely raised me, then she left me with her kin. Well, they did the best they could to keep a restless child from sin. Bound for San Antonio, the red lights reeled me in, and I was no one's angel anymore. Fanny Porter schooled me in the ways of pleasing men. I took up with Will Carver from Blackjack Ketchum's gang. Will died in Sonora, then I fell for Blue-Eyed Ben. Yeah, I was the tall Texan's girl. Running with the wild bunch, we robbed banks and trains. I would hold the horses till we made our getaway. We hit the Great Northern and the boys blew up the safe. $60,000 was the take. July to November of '01 was quite the time. Montana down to Little Rock, on the run and living high. It ended in St. Louis where we both were caught and tried. They gave me 5, but Ben got 15 years. Behavior, 7 more years did I pine. I walked a straight and narrow path while Ben did his hard times. Letters sent from prison, he said, Laura, you're still mine, and I will make this up to you someday. Ben had good intentions, but his outlaw ways ran deep. The promise of an honest life was one he could not keep. 'Cause 9 months after exiting that penitentiary, Ben died near Dryden, robbing the number 9 train. letting out my life. But 60 years have passed, now I'm the last one of their kind. My secrets will die with me, and my name will fade with time. It's Laura, the tall Texan's girl. Laura, the tall Texan's girl. Thank you. Well, I've got one more song for you. I think, yes, one more. Yes, thank you. I didn't want to go over from jabbering. I couldn't decide which song to play, but I'm going to play kind of a new-ish one. That I didn't write a lot of songs during the pandemic, and well, no. Let me rephrase that. I did write songs during the pandemic. Most of them weren't very good. That last one was kind of coming out of things, and because I really discovered about myself that I need interaction with people and places to write, and otherwise you're just kind of staring at the same old four walls, and cat kind of looks at you. How many songs can you write about your cat? Not too many. But anyway, I wrote this one. And before I play it, I want to say thank you so much to the Austin Acoustical Cafe for having me, for opening up. Thank you to Walt Wilkins and Terry Klein. I admire them both, so it's an honor, and I know you're looking forward to that. So anyway, again, my name's Claudia Gibson, and I'll be around in the back there during the break if you want to say hi. Sign up for my mailing list. I'll be probably recording this summer, so look for some new music. Anyway, this one is called Shine On. Cast your old cares away at the end of the day. Lay down beside me and close weary eyes. When our work here is done, we will fly to the sun and shine on forever in light. Sometimes the world feels so heavy, the burden of years as we toil and we strive. When luck is not even or steady, keep your hand on the tiller and eyes on the prize. Cast your old cares away at the end of the day. Lay down beside me and close weary eyes. When our work here is done, we will fly to the sun and shine on forever in light. Remember my lifetime companion, for better or worse we have carved out a life. Our love could bridge rivers and canyons. Take my hand and together we'll cross this divide. Cast your old cares away at the end of the day. Lay down beside me and close weary eyes. When our work here is done, we will fly to the sun and shine on forever in light. Wade in to cool waters, let them wash over you. Take heed of old sorrows, 'cause as hard times are through. Yes, they're through. Cast your old cares away at the end of the day, and lay down beside me and close weary eyes. When our work here is done, we will fly to the sun and shine on forever in light. And shine on forever in light. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. See you soon.